I respect the failure. I respect the success because it's the process. It makes the process what it is, but yet the process is so pivotal to the success and to the failure that it makes the failure and the success what it is. And in acknowledging that there is a process, I'm not really indifferent to failure as I am to success. Like, I almost view them equally. Of course, nobody wants to fail, but it's like, okay, I failed, but what did I gain from this? You know what I mean? I can gain something either way. Success, I can gain something. Failure, I can gain something. At no point do I lose. At no point do I lose. I'm always winning so long as I persevere. I'm always winning so long as I'm persistent. I'm always winning so long as I'm patient with myself. To do what is simple isn't always easy, yet it's simple. It can be simply accomplished. It's not to suggest that you can't do it. And when you do it, it's not to suggest that you avoided hardship. And I think when we start to acknowledge that there is a process in anything that we do, may it result in the outcome of success and or failure, we then develop a sense of trust in the process. Because often I hear people say, trust the process. But you have to acknowledge that there is a process to trust the process. And then in trusting the process, you then develop a profound respect for it. The merit that I place on success and the value that I give to failure is not as it once was. When I was younger, success was validated by the certifications, the gratification, the accreditations. A lot of what I perceived success to be was quantifiable. When I used to discuss failure, it was as if I lost something. I truly perceived failure as being a lost opportunity, a lost job, a lost externship experience, lost time. Yet in essence, even if time was lost and even if experiences were lost, I gained valuable insight. Lessons were taught. So for me to place such a value on failure and again to merit success in the way that I have, it's really an understanding that there is a process. When I started to understand that there is a process, I think I was able to change my perception of failure and success, which allowed me to even change the way that I engage with trusting the process and being a little more aspirational than expectation based. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to expect, I do it this way, I expect for success. I did it that way, I expect to fail. And to a degree, you can carry this mentality, but more than anything, I'm trying not to get lost in translation because I'm saying this as it comes to mind, as it, it's developing as I speak, this commentary. But I really wanted to share this because I know some people, as I too have been that person who wanted to give up in the midst of adversity and whilst being processed. I was experiencing adversity that I wasn't expecting. I was experiencing hardship that I didn't want to deal with, and it was easy to just give up. Yet you have to remember, again, as I said previously, everything has a process, and we can't expect it to be easy, yet we shouldn't suggest that hardship is indefinite. It's just to understand that it could be difficult at times, and it can be easier in other moments. Yet, inevitably, that is the process. And to start a car, there's a process. To teach a child to walk, there's a process. To learn another language, there's a process. But if you stop, you halt the progression. If we stop teaching this child how to walk, the child never know how to walk. We stop attempting to start a car, the car goes nowhere. To give momentum is to experience a movement, but to see that movement and to give that momentum, you must understand, even in that, there's a process. I love to say that, to see a movement, you got to give momentum. And that's a process in and of itself. And again, it isn't to suggest that everything is going to be easy. And it's not to suggest that hardship is indefinite, but it's simple and it can be done. So that's what I wanted to say to anyone that just wants to give up, basically, and whatever, or in whatever or whatever it may be. If you want to give up, don't do it. Don't do it. There's a process to everything. A lot of this shit, I can't always put meaning and reason to until I get to the end of it and make sense of it all. But I know there's a process. Even in the life that I live currently, I can say in this moment, hardship has yet to find me in this moment. But I know, hardship, not to suggest it's indefinite, but I know there's a possibility that hardship will come along in my life. And, I got to do my best to persevere through those moments. And when the triumph comes, I have to do what's necessary to appreciate these moments and even to appreciate the hardship, again, to respect the process and to even appreciate these moments as I value them in such a way, failure and success. I have to acknowledge that there is a process, and in acknowledging that there is a process, I'm not really indifferent to failure as I am to success. Like, I almost view them equally. Of course, nobody wants to fail, but it's like, okay, I failed, but what did I gain from this? You know what I mean? I can gain something either way. Success, I can gain something. Failure, I can gain something. At no point do I lose. At no point do I lose. I'm always winning so long as I persevere. I'm always winning so long as I'm persistent. I'm always winning so long as I'm patient with myself. Because the process, continues. And maybe, in certain cases, the pace is to our stamina. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get too crazy with it because it's 2:00, so maybe I'm just running my mouth. But don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Are you listening to me? You got this. Whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, you got this. I just turned 22 and I look at the life that I live and I look at the life that I'm living, and I know the life that I could live, that I will live. It's enough to keep me going. It may not be where I expected, but damn, did I aspire to be in this position in my life at one point. So I cherish it and I appreciate it and I respect it. I respect the failure. I respect the success because it's the process. It makes the process what it is, but yet the process is so pivotal to the success and to the failure that it makes the failure and the success what it is. So I'm going to stop rambling because it's 2:17 a.m. But thank you for listening. And again, I encourage you, don't give up. Give that momentum. See that movement because that's the process. There is a process. And to do it is simple. It's always going to be easy, yet it is simply done. It's simply done, and it can be done.